Bhagwan Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 8, verse number 5, he says, Antakale chamam eva smaran uktva kalevaram yaprayati samadbhavam yati nasyatra samshayah. Yaprayati samadbhavam yati nasyatra samshayah. Chapter 8, verse number 5 is a very common and a very popular verse of the Bhagavad Gita, always quoted, where the Lord says, Antakali, at the time when the end time were to come. He's not talking about the end of the universe. He is talking about your end and my end. When the end of our physical journey comes to an end, it is not the end of our spiritual journey. My friends, when the physical journey comes to an end, the spiritual journey continues, because we all know that the soul is eternal and the soul is everlasting. The soul is eternal and the soul is everlasting. So therefore, after the physical body dies, what happens to the soul? What happens to the soul? And we know from the altar of our dharma and our religion, it tells it either gets liberated or it either gets reborn into the world. Because, my dear friends, coming back to a very important point, if the mind, which is supposed to take the soul into liberation, into moksha, into God consciousness, and never allow the soul to return in the cycle of birth and death, if the mind did not do that, then the soul will transmigrate. Because Bhagwan says here, Antakali chamam eva smaran uktva kalevaram. Whatever you are thinking of at the time when you're about to die, that is where the soul is going. I repeat, whatever we are thinking of at the time when we're about to die, that is where the soul is going. And that is what he says here, Mam eva, thinking of me alone, you come to me. If you did not think of me at that time, then your soul will go elsewhere. The point is, question, are we practicing what to think about? Let me ask you a logical question. You don't have to answer. I don't want you to answer. Just think. Let us say you are walking now on the ground outside there, and you stumble or you hit your foot on the stage, or you hit your foot on a stone, or you hit your foot on the ground, on a chair. What is the first thing come to your mind? Don't tell, please. What's the first thing come to your mind? Think. God forbid, if a person were to be walking and they stumble and they hit their foot and they fall, God forbid, and they die, whatever that person is thinking of at that moment, that is where the soul going. Did you practice the chant? Did you practice the chant the Lord's name when, God forbid, you get stumble, you get a pain? Did you practice chanting the Lord's name in the everyday events of your life? Did you practice keeping connected to your Lord, your Maker, your Ishta Devata, your Bhagwan in your everyday activities of life? Or do we practice going on social media and just finding faults with everybody comments?